My name is Christina Jackson.
My name is Rebecca.
My name is Peter Dick.
My name is Caitlin Larson.
My name is Haley Barlow.
My name is Greg Carpenter.
My name is Sydney Parker.
My name is Hannah Gilhart.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's been a long 4 years, but it's been a good one.
Yes, I'm very excited to graduate high school. It's been a long 4 years, and I'm ready to start my future.
I am going to Meredith College Dance Education. I've been dancing since I was 2, and it's a really big part of my life, so I want to continue it into my adult.
I plan on attending Brigham Young University out in Provo, Utah, attending on the Army ROTC scholarship, majoring in business administration with studies in improvement.
Yes, I plan to attend East Carolina University in the fall in hospitality management.
I plan on going to the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and I am a nursing major.
My advice to rising seniors is definitely get your work done early. Don't procrastinate.
Yes, my advice for juniors is to do as many scholarships as you can. Utilize the Simpson scholarship bulletins because they will work in your favor. You'll have to write multiple essays, but it will all be worth it at the end. Because, I mean, if you think about it, take a few days to do the scholarship, and then you may get $1,000 in return. So that's not bad. So you should try to apply for as many scholarships as you can, and do not wait last minute. Because if you do, the dates will all run together, and then you'll be like, oh, like, how am I going to get it all done? So make sure that you apply for them as soon as you can. I would recommend applying for them a lot more in your first semester, so then your second semester you can kind of just relax and do a few here and there.
There's a couple things that I want to tell the upcoming seniors. My senior year was really interesting. I had prepared previously throughout all my years of high school to make sure that I had a different senior year than most. I had taken a bunch of AP classes my junior year to be able to make sure my senior year was a little bit easier because senioritis is a real thing. It was quite difficult after entering my senior year to be able to stay focused and to stay on top of everything that was going on, because there's a lot more than just schooling that goes on your senior year. There's other things that you need to take care of, like scholarships, applying for college, making sure everything is taken care of before you leave home.
My advice to rising seniors is definitely use CEF&C as a tool. It was super easy for me to apply to college, especially if you're going to an in-state college. It has every single application needed. It's really good for the transcript manager. Instead of having to pay $3 to have it printed out and sent off to the college of your choice, it's really easy to just click a button and send it, and it's already off.
A lot of people said that CFNC would work, but then until you actually go on and you witness how easy it is, it only took me 2 days to apply for ECU, and then I didn't have to worry about anything else until Ms. Simpson turned in my transcripts, and that was about it.
There were a couple. The whole scholarship process is a little bit of a hassle. People don't really like giving up that much money unless they know who they're giving it to. And being really clear about who you are and what your plans are after college is something you really need to make sure that you're aware of before you apply for some of these big scholarships.
Yes, I have won an Army ROTC scholarship, and I also won the Rotary scholarship.
I have probably applied for over 15 scholarships. I have received the SAT scholarship, which everyone has a chance to get the SAT scholarship, so for the SAT scholarship, I had to volunteer. My recommendation for that is to volunteer at several different places, because not only are you trying to get that scholarship, but then you can also put where you volunteered on college applications. And on college applications, they're going to have several blanks of where you can put in where you volunteered, and if you only have one place, then all the rest of them are going to be empty. So not only are you looking good in college, but then you're also getting scholarship money to go to college.
Well, for the SAT scholarship, the first thing I can say is definitely study for your SAT. Very often, the higher your SAT, the higher likelihood you'll get into college. It's the biggest thing, and then the SAT scholarship. Also, if you haven't started on your hours yet, don't worry. You just need to utilize the options that Ms. Simpson puts out there.
On the news TVs, they have them posted every day. When you listen to the announcements, they have them on the announcement.
I used Miss Simpson's scholarship bulletin. It helped me a lot, and she sent out scholarship bulletins probably every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe sooner. And with that, I was able to see which scholarships that I was eligible for and which ones I wasn't. It really helped me because it gave me a full list and I didn't have to go out and research. It was just right there in front of me.
When applying for scholarships, you get emails from Ms. Simpson, and she sends them out on a monthly basis. It has a list of all the scholarships that you can apply for and the requirements for them, and that is definitely a big help to get those emails and check your email for that, because without those you won't even know about the scholarships.
I think the best thing for applying for scholarships in colleges is to apply early and often. That's kind of the model I live by. As the sooner you can get any scholarships, the better. Also, with colleges, the earlier you apply, oftentimes the earlier you'll find out your decision.
My advice about college applications for students is to apply during early admissions, because then you get your notice a little bit earlier, and then also you can make preparations for preparing in school. If you wait last minute, you probably won't find out what college you're going to until like March and April, and that's really, really, really late.
I did my resume the end of my junior year, going into summer, so I would have it ready for all the scholarships that I applied for to give for teachers to make reference letters and for my college application. It's definitely a big help to do it before you go into your senior year, so it's not something else to add to your plate.
I also use my resume for scholarships. All I had to do is I made this resume during the summertime, and then every time that I needed one, I just printed it off my computer, and that was it.
Almost every scholarship asks for a couple letters of recommendation, and they usually ask for one from a teacher, one from a counselor, and one from someone in your community. So when I went and I asked for my letters of recommendation, I went to a teacher that I was really familiar with, and who I knew would give me a good recommendation, because there are some teachers that are not your biggest fans, but there are some other teachers that you get along with really well, and those are the kind of relationships that you want the colleges to see, that you are a good individual and that you're going to work strong.
I started freshman year working with kids at our dance studio, so that has really helped me on college resumes and college applications, because I guess they like to submit. Working with kids while volunteering has been great because you get to see how they react to different things, and like going to teaching, I feel like that's a really good experience to have.
I did a lot of community service. I helped coach a softball team, and that was really awesome for me because not only did I get out in the community, but it also helped me with getting the hours that I needed, and I used my hours for NHS. Definitely do volunteer hours if it's something you enjoy doing. If you're doing volunteer work and you hate it, it's boring, you don't want to go. But I coached the softball team, and I play softball here at the high school, and I loved it, and it was so fun, and I felt like I gave back to my community because those little girls are going to play for the high school one day, and that they look up to me, and they look up to people like us. So I think it was really awesome.
Senior project definitely seems like a really big thing going into your senior year, but once you get into it, there's certain deadlines that you have to meet, and it's really broken up where you can definitely meet those deadlines throughout the year. And something that I've learned while going through it is to not procrastinate. I had to rely on other people's schedules and other people's time.
Something fun I did this year would be my senior project when I did a paint drive for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. A lot of people say negative things about senior projects and how crazy it can be and how it's just a big project, but my recommendation for that would be to pick something that is close to your heart or that you enjoy, because you have your last year to make a difference here at the community of Swansboro.
It's like, okay, well, we're almost done with our second 6 weeks, and then the senior project kicks in, and think that you've got the senior project under control, and then it's just kind of fight feel when you don't get everything done.
I did have senioritis starting out. Mine kind of kicked in after my senior project because I was all gung-ho for that. I was ready for that, and then starting second semester, I was like, wow, I graduate in June. But it is important to stay on top of things.
With playing 2 out of the 3 sports seasons, I definitely kept a planner. I still keep a planner. Every day I write down when I have homework due, projects due. I still write down when scholarships are due. So I definitely keep really organized with a planner, and that helps me.
Things start creeping up on you, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I need 3 recommendations for next week. And then you put in teachers that you've had all these 4 years in a bad spot, which you don't want to do. So senioritis is definitely a real thing.
Other stuff that I've done is I've worked with Rotary, I've worked with the Recreation Center and the elementary school. So I've met other people in the community and I've like put myself out there. So they like know me and they can write other recommendations for me.
I asked for my letter of recommendation. I went up there with the folder, and inside of the folder I had my student resume. They could see what I had done, and also an information sheet about some of the things that I've accomplished in high school, things that I had not put on my resume. I got that form off of online. If you just Google something like student information sheet and fill that out, it really helps the teachers when they're filling out their recommendation form.
Lastly, use your time wisely. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate on senior project. Do not procrastinate applying to college because deadlines are going to hit you really fast. Before you know it, deadlines are going to be already passed and you're not going to be able to submit your transcript, your application fee, your fee waivers, everything. And just like stay on top of things and make a planner, make a list.